Assalamualaikum, Dr. Shanza Nazish from Pearls of Pediatrics. Today I am going to discuss the approach towards the ambiguous genitalia. So whenever you find a patient with ambiguous genitalia in your clinical practice, the first thing you do is to palpate the gonads. If the gonads are palpable, then it means it's as the male, and if these are not palpable, then it is the female. So the main causes of ambiguous genitalia in the male are androgen insensitivity syndrome and 5-alpha reductase deficiency, while in female the most common cause of ambiguous genitalia is CH. So for easy and there are certain other syndromes, Swyer syndrome, leading cell aplasia, that are associated with male ambiguous genitalia. So the most common androgen insensitivity syndrome, there is single gene defect that's lead to this type of syndrome. It is X-linked, and there are two types of androgen sensitivity syndrome. One is the partial and one is the complete. In the complete androgen sensitivity syndrome, there is a complete defective enzyme, whereas in partial there is sub-enzyme activity is maintained. So the complete androgen sensitivity syndrome present as a female with breast development, but there is history of amenorrhea. And the case of partial insensitivity syndrome, there is bifid scrotum, short phallus, gynecomastia, infertility. Few syndromes are also associated with this. And the case of CH, there is female. It is divided into four types, that is 21 type CH3, 3, 11 and 17 enzyme deficiency. So 21 and 3 present with hypotension, whereas the 11 and 17 present with a hypertension. And these are certain raw material, or you can say certain byproducts, like in the case of 21 hydroxylase enzyme, the 17 hydroxyprogesterone is raised, whereas in the case of 3 deficiency, 17 hydroxypregnenolone is basically raised as a precursor. In 11 and 17, 11 deoxycortisol and deoxycorticosterone is raised, whereas in 17 alpha hydroxylated steroid is present. How you differentiate between 11 and 17 type? 17, there is deficiency of the sex hormones too. They usually present with the hypotension, and they usually present with the hypertension. This is the basically summary towards the approach with ambiguous genitalia clinically and how to diagnose its various types. For the management, you can basically consult the analysis. Thank you so much for your questions and queries. You can comment in the comment section. Thank you.